Can't pass up a Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich.
No.
Hey, welcome everybody to another episode of Cigar Store Idiots. I am Rob. Today I have Tyler with me.
How's it going, everybody?
Andrew will not be here. He's working a real job today. I want to introduce our special guest from the blustery fields of Lakepoint Sports Complex. So you would think we're in Wrigley Field today. I've got number 8 on your program, number 1 in your hearts, Mr. Charlie Culberson. How you doing, sir?
I'm good. Thanks for having me. I'll be the fill-in today for you guys.
Yeah, well, hey, that's great, man. We're glad to have you. So how's things going?
Great. We got good weather here today, and the last 2 days, we've had this camp going here at Lakepoint. We're having a great time, just seeing a lot of smiles on these kids' faces, being able to teach some good baseball, and obviously just having fun. That's the biggest thing for us.
How many kids you got at the camp this year?
Man, we have 112
That's awesome.
in 2 camps, so 112, 57 in one and 55 in the other. So this is a good turnout.
That's a good haul. That's a very good group of kids. So yeah, absolutely. So Tyler used to play with your dad. Tyler played with your dad for a couple of years with the Doubleday Braves, and I'll tell you, like I told your dad, we're very grateful to be able to work with being there with your dad, and Tyler played ball with him. He learned a whole lot from him. So he was a big asset in our life, and we adopted him as part of the family. So we love your dad to death. He's a good guy. So
yeah, my dad's I think helped a lot of people come through the Rome area and the surrounding areas with baseball, and he obviously just wants them to do well,
right,
and loves seeing these guys just becoming men, and being good people. So I think a lot of people have been touched by my dad, and especially in the baseball career.
Yeah, we think a lot of him for sure, absolutely do. So, right now, we know you're in free agency right now. So we got any secrets you can give us, or anything you're looking at right now as far as who you're talking to and what's going on?
Man, I wish. Free agency isn't all what it's cracked up to be for a lot of guys right now. For a lot of the big free agents, they can kind of get a pick of where they want to go,
right?
If you want to say it like that. Unfortunately, I don't really have that luxury. I have talked with a few teams, but with the uncertainty of the season next year,
sure, teams
not exactly knowing if they're going to have fans in the stands at the beginning of the season. I'm guessing for the front offices, that's going to be a little tricky as far as setting rosters and all that. But we're probably going to wait 2 or 3 more weeks, kind of see how rosters shake out, and hopefully see if there's a good fit for me with the club somewhere.
Well, I can tell you this, the way you play baseball and the way you conduct yourself on and off the field, any team, you would be a great asset for any team to pick you up. And the way you play baseball, it's how many guys that can play every stinking position on the field? I mean, you pretty much played every position on the field but catcher, right?
Yeah, I haven't played center in the big leagues. I played center in the minor leagues.
Okay.
But yeah, I pride myself in knowing that I can be that guy on a team to be able to play any position at any given time. If I have to go in and pitch, give our team a few outs here and there, it's a big deal. And again, I pride myself in knowing that I can be that guy for anybody. I know my abilities. I know what I can do. And if you're out there doing your part, you're obviously doing your part to help your team win.
Right. Well, what an asset to have you in a dugout too, and you come say, "Hey, Charlie, come over here and throw 92 miles an hour and strike these guys out." I mean, that's the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. You just go up there and start slinging it,
just chucking 92.
Yeah,
it's pretty impressive.
It's pretty impressive.
Yeah. Now I'll try to work on a little bit. Maybe I can get up a little bit.
Yeah, work on more. Go with like Frenchie did and work on your knuckleball. Get the knuckleball going in with the fastball. So.
How is it when you walk out in the field now because of COVID and everything, and it's just quiet almost, like it's such an adrenaline rush with the fans being in the stands and everything, and I'm sure it's just a huge change of pace now. How is that? It was.
We got a little taste of playing with nobody in the stands during our summer quarantine,
right?
At the park, but they were playing in some crowd noise while we were out there, so it was actually like. If you really didn't look in the stands to see anybody in there,
it wasn't that much of a difference.
It wasn't that much of a difference. And as the season went on, I think guys got more and more used to it. when you step in between the lines, you still get a little rush because you're focused. You got intent out there. You're on defense. You know what you got to do. And honestly, after so long playing baseball, you've been out there for so long, the crowd just kind of is background noise.
Right,
anyways.
yeah.
So you really don't notice certain people in the stands because they all become kind of a blur.
Yeah.
So that I think guys get kind of used to that. But it was nice to have some fans back in the stands during the NLCS.
Yeah.
That was fun.
It was a little normal. It was a little normal.
I imagine at that caliber of ball, it really doesn't matter where you're at. It doesn't take much away from the game. So
No, but it definitely helps having those fans in the
right,
stands.
for sure.
There is a little separator right there with guys being able to come through during certain times. That pressure does build a little bit more when you're out there. But if you know that you have prepared like you should prepare, then there shouldn't be pressure. It should be that excitement feeling, almost like you're just a little anxious to go out there and do your part.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So that goes with the whole your nickname's Charlie Clutch. I actually, when you were hitting all those home runs, I was pushing for Charlie Culberson myself. That's what I was, because you were hitting so many home runs there at the end. But what is it like to hit those game winners, man? What's that feeling like, and how long does it take you to come down from it? And I'm going to ask you about that when you did it with the Braves, and then I'm going to ask you about the one you hit with the Dodgers too. So I know those are two different home runs, but still, the feeling that you felt, and how long does it take you to come down from something like that?
Man, just talking about it, honestly, I keep getting chills. It's knowing that you have an opportunity to go out there and win it for your team. Obviously, your team has done something well enough the whole game to get yourself in that position. For somebody to come up and win it with one swing of the bat, I've been fortunate enough to hit 4 walk-off homers, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah. Only 4.
Only 4, yeah. Oh, ho-hum. No, that's something that, I can actually kind of hang my hat on a little bit because I, haven't had a ton of chances to do that, and I've just been lucky enough and fortunate enough to put 4 good swings on a ball at the right point in time in the game. The thing is, everybody that comes up in that situation, I'm sure it comes to their mind that they want to be that person to hit the home run.
Right.
Not many times you're going to go up to the box and say, I'm going to hit a home run, and you do it.
Yeah.
It's more of like, let's just put a good swing on the ball, and then good things happen.
Yeah,
and that's what has happened. All 4 of those swings.
That's what we've got to teach the little kids.
Yeah.
Just you see a lot of guys just swinging out of their shoes, like trying to make that top 10 Sports Center highlight instead of, like you said, just put a good swing and
bat on the ball.
Swing bat. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, barrel to the ball. Good things happen.
All right, so when you hit the one for LA and you send them to the playoffs, man, you're part of Dodger folklore forever. I mean, that's being Scully's last call, and it's just, dude, that gives me cold chills.
Yeah,
things like that give me cold chills.
I got them.
So, but the people of LA, I mean, everywhere you go, I mean, you have a good fan base, and it's just, it's. How was that? I mean, how do they treat you after that?
Yeah, I mean, Dodgers fans are some of the best fans too.
Did you have to pay for your dinner much after that? Too much?
I wasn't in LA too much after that because the next year I was in AAA for the whole year. They came back up in September. Then we had a fun postseason in 2017. Mm-hmm. No, Dodger fans are great. They're good fans. They love their Dodgers. They were great to me. They got a good staff, a lot of good players, but it was pretty cool. That was the right place at the right time. That was actually one of the only games I feel like that I actually got to play the whole game.
Yeah.
So that was my 5th at bat. Again, that was just good timing. We were tied 3-3, I think it was.
Yeah.
Just put a good swing on the ball.
Yeah, that's an unbelievable highlight. So it's still a fun one to go watch over and over. So for sure. Well, out of all the teams that you've been with so far, I guess. Well, I'm not going to ask that question. I'm going to ask you as a favorite. What I guess what I was trying to say is, with you being from Georgia, being with the Braves is probably, I would think it would be a little special, actually being home, being closer to family. And also, everybody loves Charlie in Atlanta. Mm-hmm. I mean, everybody's, and in Georgia, we're all huge, we're huge Charlie fans. So I guess I can't. Okay, I'm not going to ask that question. It's not fair for you to ask that question. So.
I've enjoyed every moment I've had with every team that I've been on.
Yeah.
Everybody has their own path, and this has been my path. Being able to play for the Braves the past 3 years has been very special to me. Obviously, with my wife Sarah and our 3 children, being able to wake up with them at home in our bed. when school's in session, I can take my kids to school. I can pick them up, and then I just go to the park and play a Major League Baseball game. It's hard to.
That's a luxury,
man. That's
absolutely.
It's really special. We've really enjoyed it. Hopefully, I get to do it a lot more. But we'll see. We'll see what's best fit for me and my family going forward. But that was special, not only from my family, but a lot of friends too, to be able to share a lot of those cool moments with them.
What was it like to get that call up? When you first get the first call up, what was it like?
First call up was Mother's Day 2012. My whole family came out. I told my parents at, I think it was like 1:30 or 2 o'clock in the morning. They got on one of the first flights out from Atlanta to Scottsdale, Arizona. They watched me play on Mother's Day. My wife was there too, and she was pregnant with our first child, Collins.
Awesome.
So to be able to do that, we got a win. I played second base. I got my first hit. A lot of firsts were out of the way.
Yeah.
To be able to have my family in the stands was very special, and it's crazy to think that was over 8 years ago.
I know. It doesn't seem that long. It doesn't.
No.
It doesn't at all.
Time flies when you're having fun, huh?
That's right. There's a lot of ups and downs, but that's for everybody too. So it's just a learning curve. I've had a blast playing baseball, and I hope to get to play for a lot longer.
Absolutely.
I think you will.
Mm-hmm.
So, who's the hardest pitcher you've ever faced?
Hardest pitcher I've ever faced is Jacob deGrom.
Okay.
For some reason, he's just really tough.
Yeah.
A couple Cy Youngs.
He's tough on everybody, though.
99, 100 miles an hour. He throws it where he wants to. He's super deceptive. There's a reason why he's had a couple Cy Youngs already.
He's what they would call filthy. He's got some filthy stuff in the bag of tricks.
He's filthy, and I've made my way into the lineup a couple times when he's pitched, and it hasn't turned out so well for me. But that's the fun part of it, getting to face the best pitchers in the game, best pitchers in the world, and being able to go out there and compete against them.
Yeah. All right. So real quick, and I know you're super busy. What can we look for any more camps coming up in the spring, possibly for you guys, or is this the one that we're doing? You're going to do it annually. How are you guys handling this camp?
Yeah, so this has been a lot of fun for us to plan. We have a lot of great instructors out here, a lot of scouts. We have current professional baseball players right now, former players, a lot of good guys that have a lot of knowledge too. So the camp that we're doing now, we can probably tweak it a little bit, but I think the first 2 days have gone great. Moving forward, we would love to keep it like this, but we would like to add more, obviously, as well. Maybe do a little bit more specific hitting camps, more specific fielding camps, and so on. So we're gonna put our heads together and see what's best fit for these kids and see what they want to do. So we're here to help them get better, but to let them enjoy the game of baseball.
Can you tell us what other players is here working on the camp and where the scouts are from?
Yeah, so we got Luke Merton, who's a special assistant to the general manager of the San Diego Padres. We got Tim Money. He's with the Philadelphia Phillies. Eric Robinson is a cross-checker with the Nationals. Amos Willingham, Dylan Beasley, Sam Clay, all Washington Nationals pitchers. Who else do we got? We got Brody Wofford from Cartersville, Georgia.
Yep.
Connor Bullard, who's a junior college player down in Florida. My dad, myself, Braden Schlehuber, who is a former Braves player, played 10 years in the minors with the Braves. Now he's an advanced scout with the Braves. Jimmy Dean's helping out. Jimmy Dean helps with training legends. So we got a lot of good knowledge, a lot of good guys that are close by too. Jared England, he's a scout with the New York Mets. And if I missed somebody, I'm sorry, but that's a lot of names.
Man, that is a huge lineup, I know Tyler did camps when he was younger. He did in like colleges and things. But the knowledge that you guys are bringing in for these kids is amazing. So it's kudos to y'all for doing the right thing with that too, for sure.
Yeah, and the biggest thing too, it's obviously it definitely helps having these guys and these names. But for me, when I was a young kid, I would go out to Ricky Latanzi baseball camps, and Ricky used to be the head coach at Shorter. And so we had a blast, and so those are times that I still talk about, is going out to the Ricky Latanzi baseball camp, and he had his guys at Shorter, the current college players, coaching us, running us through camp. And as a little kid, that was a blast for us. We looked up to them, so we just want these kids to look up to us. But we're here together. We're here to let them have fun. We're here to teach them and get them better, and that's what it's all about. And hopefully 20, 30 years down the road, they're still talking about Charlie Culberson Baseball Camp.
I think they will be, and that's the thing that I say about baseball. And I played when I was younger. You make lifelong friends in baseball, and you make lifelong memories. And there's people that you may have played Little League with, or things like that. Or you always have that camaraderie. You always have that bond with those folks because, some of the best times of your life, growing up playing baseball, it was mine. So
yeah, and we're not going to be able to play baseball our whole life either.
Right.
So here we are, being able to make friends, like you said, lifelong friends. It goes beyond the baseball field. So
just making the most of it.
That's what it's all
about. I had
about.
one guy tell me one time that we all have something in common with Derek Jeter. We eventually have to stop playing baseball.
Yeah, that's
earlier
true.
than others,
Yep.
but it happens.
It's so true, and that's going to be a tough day when it comes around. But everyone's had to do it at some point.
Well, I want to just tell you, I really do appreciate your time, and I thank you so much for sitting down with us and letting us talk to you. And we wish nothing but better, the best things for you coming up in the future. And whoever picks you up is going to be, a huge asset on the team. And no matter where you go, even if you go to the Mets or the Phillies, I'll still be a fan. I'll be your fan. Just Charlie's fan, though. I won't root for anybody.
There you go. I appreciate that.
And Charlie, before we get out of here, I just want to tell you, I have so much respect for you that no matter what the game situation is, or no matter when you're getting put into play, you always get out there and perform, no matter what it is, no matter what's going on.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I look to the future of a lot of more fun to watch you hit some more of these walk-off home runs.
There's not a lot of guys you can just stick them out there, and they just come out on top in any given situation, And
yeah.
I respect you for that.
I appreciate that. Yeah, and again, I'll go back to it. It's something that I take a lot of pride in.
Absolutely.
Somebody's got to do that job, and not just speaking for myself, and not just because of the situation I'm in, but young kids growing up too, being able to learn different positions, helping yourself out, helping the team, and helping that manager be able to just slot you in anywhere in the order or on the field. And you got to take pride in that, being able to know how to do that.
Yeah, don't limit yourself.
Yeah, that's
right.
That's the one thing that when I coached, that I used to tell parents that would get upset because their kid wasn't playing.
Right.
I'm like, look. He's got to learn how to play every stinking position on this field if you want to continue playing as long as you can. So.
My dad would put me on the bench, and I'd ask him when I was younger, like, why am I on the bench? He goes, you got to learn how to sit there and watch your team.
Yeah.
You got to learn the game from the bench, and that's okay.
Yeah.
You can't pout.
Yeah.
Because when it's your turn, you go out there and be ready.
That's right.
Make it happen.
If I'm out there preparing myself before the game, I don't have to think when the game comes around.
Right.
Absolutely.
You just go out there and play and react. And then I'll speak for a lot of guys in my situation too. It's unfortunate how the game's kind of going. They're not valuing every player because you have to have every type of player on a team to be able to win a ball game.
Right.
And so that's why for me as a utility player, I take a lot of pride in being able to do what I do.
Who's one guy that you're in the dugout with that you're just like, this is one of the best baseball players I've ever seen. Just God-given natural talents I've ever seen in my entire life.
Well, as far as natural ability goes, and he's still kind of a raw player, is Acuna.
Yeah.
Being able to play with him, obviously Freddie Freeman. I played against Freddie coming up in the minors our first year, and his swing was a little unorthodox. Mm-hmm. I think it's worked out pretty well for Freddie Freeman.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
A lot of guys are trying to mimic that swing a little bit. I played against Mike Trout. Mike Trout is probably the best all-around player I've ever seen play the game of baseball, but I've been very fortunate enough to suit up with a Clayton Kershaw, Freddie Freeman, Ronald Acuna Jr., like some of the best players in the game.
Yeah.
Cody Bellinger, it's pretty special.
Yeah.
I I can kind of hang my hat on that too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Too cool, man.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah. All right, Charlie. Thank you so much for your time. And if you got anything that you want to talk about, anything that you want to this coming up for camps or any websites or anything that you want to talk about that you want to plug, anybody?
Yeah, we don't have anything set in stone yet, but we do have a website. This is my dad's website. It's ccbbaseball.com. We'll have some information on there as far as upcoming camps and more specific camps, I believe. Nothing right now, but after this camp is done, we're going to sit down and talk and see what's going to be best for these young kids to come out and come out here and learn the game of baseball. So just be on the lookout for that.
We'll add that link to our website, too.
For
so
sure.
that way, any of that information that comes through, we'll have that link on our website so folks can click on that and check it out, too. So
sounds great. Thank you.
If you're in Northwest Georgia and you're playing baseball, CCB is where you need to be.
That's right.
That's a fact.
Y'all come on out. We're having fun.
All right. Okay, Charlie. Thank you so much
Charlie.
for your time. I'm going to go ahead and thanks for everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Appreciate it.